Today, don't miss an exclusive trailer from Saints Row the Third and our epic giveaway. You can win an Alienware laptop.
Plus, learn the origin of Epic Games as we celebrate their 20th anniversary, and we'll reveal an exclusive Firefall trailer. X-Play starts right now.
Hello and welcome to X-Play, a safe haven for lonely, confused teens. I'm Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler. This week, Epictober continues with more exclusives and genuinely awesome prizes. We're not giving away crap, people.
Like usual. Coming up on today's show, we've got a big giveaway from Alienware. One lucky viewer was going to score a gaming laptop worth $1,300. Then, I'm going to go hands-on with Inversion. This is the new third-person shooter that lets you manipulate gravity while putting two in an alien's dome.
Plus, we've got an exclusive trailer for Saints Row the Third, which takes on the year's two big military shooters. And later, you don't want to miss an exclusive new trailer for Firefall, which reveals a new class in the free-to-play shooter.
But first, one of gaming's most prominent developers has turned 20.
If you play video games, whether they're casual or hardcore, you've probably come across a product that Epic Games has had a hand in.
Yeah, they have produced hit franchises like, Unreal and Gears of War, and their Unreal Engine tech is used by almost everybody in the industry.
But it all started at a kitchen table. The founders of Epic sat down with X-Play and revealed the true story of their humble beginnings.
Epic Games has created some of the best-selling, technically proficient, and visually impressive games of the last decade. But 20 years ago, Tim Sweeney's company wasn't so, well, epic.
So back in 1991, I started writing a game up and I released it in November 1991 just as shareware. I was stunned to be getting several orders a day for the game. I saw the opportunity and the business grew from there.
At the time, the boardroom table was his mother and father's kitchen table, and it was Epic Mega Games. I met Tim Sweeney. He asked me if I'd come work for Epic. The first thing I did the first day on the job was call Cliff Bleszinski and try to get him to come and work with us.
I got involved with Epic way back in like 92 or 93. This was when we first had BBSs, we first had CompuServe, and we were working in a virtual office.
In the early 1990s, Epic was developing a bunch of really cool 2D games with small teams. We had Jazz Jackrabbit, Epic Pinball, and other things like that. But then id Software came out with Wolfenstein and then Doom, and we saw that, wow, 3D games are the future of the industry. And so Cliff Bleszinski, the Jazz Jackrabbit developer, James Schmaltz, the creator of Epic Pinball, and myself all got together and started the project that became Unreal.
Development began in 1996 on Epic Mega Games' first 3D game.
With Unreal, we wanted to create the best 3D game ever built. And from the moment we released our first screenshots onward, we were seen as the contender who was going to come up and try to dethrone id with beautiful graphics and a very different style of game.
We were building a game to compete with the best games out there, to look better than any game that had come before it. Unreal was our first large-scope game. I mean, we certainly were biting off more than we could chew.
There was a time period during the first Unreal when that project dragged on for like 3.5 years, and we were running out of money.
At one point, Epic was being funded largely by Mark Rain's credit card.
Luckily, we managed to pull the game together and ship it.
I'm very proud that we were able to achieve that. We decided, okay, we've really achieved this. We can call ourselves just Epic Games now.
Now with a new name and a new office in Cary, North Carolina, Epic Games created their biggest hit yet, Unreal Tournament, which blasted onto PCs on November 30th, 1999.
That was a real turning point for the company because Unreal Tournament was even more successful than Unreal. And, it wasn't another 5-year project. Within another year and a half, we had Unreal Tournament out the door and it was hugely successful.
I just slaughtered that guy.
So when UT came out and ultimately outsold Quake 3, it was a huge victory for us. And ever since then, we've just gone on to do cooler and cooler things.
Unreal made Epic famous to gamers, but their next title would make them icons.
This is gonna be awesome.
That's it. No, we're gonna have more on Epic Games later on in the show, don't worry. But first we figured, how about we give something epic away today?
Yay! Oh, but not to us, right? No.
Once again,
I have nothing.
Not to us, Adam. If you're into things like free laptops from Alienware, then
Yes.
you're probably going to like this.
Yeah, you heard this man right. Today, we're giving away the M14X Extreme Gaming Laptop. Now, normally, you'd have to shell out like $1,300 for all the extremeness that's jammed inside this thing.
Yeah, to clarify, we're giving it away to some. We would have to pay $1,300.
Right.
They don't have to pay anything.
Right.
That's awesome. This thing's got 4 gigs of RAM, a 500 gig hard drive, a 14-inch HD screen, and an NVIDIA graphics card that'll melt your thighs, and of course the backlit keyboard that Alienware is known for. You really want this.
And it could be yours. To enter today's epic giveaway, all you need to do is go to our website, g4tv.com/epictober. And if you want to read the official rules while you're there, go for it, nerd.
I think we need to reiterate something. We're giving away a $1,300 laptop.
Yes.
Get on this fast because you've only got until noon Pacific tomorrow.
All right, now, this year, it's been hard to escape the dueling hype machines of the year's biggest military shooters. Modern Warfare 3, Battlefield 3, and all the silly smack talk that's actually just coming from EA.
Yeah. If you don't know what he's talking about, go online and read it. There are grown-ups acting like children, and it's hysterical. There's been a ton of trash talking, as Adam said, internet flame wars, rampant promotion, and of course, some serious broed out trailers of dudes doing war stuff. Didn't we promise we were going to stop doing that?
No, we never promised. Just they asked us to.
Cool, bro.
With all of the bluster, it's easy to forget that there are other games being released this fall, like the absurd Saints Row the Third.
Yeah, the developers are well aware of the situation, and they've crafted a new trailer in response to all of this shooter drama. Here is an exclusive look.
I ain't letting nobody push me around no more. About time we had some action. That's right, bitches, I'm back.
Actual game footage. I love it. All right, guys, coming up on X-Play, we've got an exclusive trailer for the free-to-play shooter Firefall, which reveals a brand new class. Plus, Epic Games reveals the origins of Gears of War and who the cogs were originally doing battle with. Then we've got a hands-on demo of the gravity-defying shooter Inversion. All that and more right after this.
If you want to hear what I really think about games and the lamentations of the women, check out Seth's Soapbox. New episodes go up every Tuesday at g4tv.com/soapbox.
30 seconds of epic.
So, what did you expect? All right, there's a lot of things I take for granted in my life. The mortality of interns, my liver, Paul Verhoeven movies. But the biggest thing, it's probably gravity. Without it, making cocktails would be a total disaster. Now, the new shooter Inversion lets you monkey with gravitational properties, and Morgan's got a hands-on demo.
Inversion is set to turn the world of cover-based shooting on its head. Use the power of gravity to toss around cars, foes, and anything else not nailed down. Sir Isaac who?
I am here with Laili Basma. She is the Senior Global Brand Manager, and we're looking at a title called Inversion. And what does the title Inversion mean in terms of gameplay?
We wanted to come up with a name that kind of talked about what happens with gravity. This game is all about gravity. So it's third-person shooter, cover-based shooter, but gravity is our big key element, and we felt Inversion kind of gave you that feel with the name of turning things upside down.
So I have a blue wire running down my arm, as you know, I often do in real life. What does that allow me to do, and how does that function?
So that blue wire is attached to a mechanism called the grav link. Think of it as another weapon in your arsenal. So you have your sniper rifle, your assault rifle, grenades, and now you have something called the grav link. What we have here, the grav link, allows you to manipulate gravity in small pockets. So when you throw a blue blast out, that makes everything in a small area very low in gravity and everything floats, making it light enough for you to manipulate, grab, and use as different weapons. In case of here, as a car, you pick up a car and use it as a weapon by throwing it at your enemies. So if you come into a location where there are no cover points, you can lift a car, lift another object, move with it, using it and blocking those bullets. The other great thing is, let's say your enemy's hiding behind cover and you can't take that snipe shot that you want, you can pop them out of cover using gravity.
So tell us a little bit about the story and who you play as and who you're fighting.
You have two main characters. Our lead character, his name is Davis Russell. Secondary character is Leo Delgado. They're both police officers, and during a routine travel to their home, an invasion happens. Our main character, Davis, was very concerned about his family, so he tried to get home. Unfortunately, he found his wife dying, and his little girl, Layla, disappeared. During that invasion, they also got captured. The first thing they did was break out, as good guys always do.
Of course, that's what I would do.
And in doing so, they stole a couple of grav links with them, and now they're on the journey to try to find her.
Okay, so right now we're actually jumping into one of these zero gravity areas.
Yes, we are.
You don't float up into space, which is a good thing, but you actually do have to anchor yourself on objects.
Yes, so you're moving from object to object, and that's the way that you want to shoot. You can certainly shoot by letting go, but the kickback from your weapon will actually make it a little difficult to take that perfect aim that you need. So you want to anchor yourself down, use everything within your arsenal to get around here. Now, your grav link still works, which means that you can pick up objects that are still floating around, toss grenades, but you use your grav link to propel yourself from object to object.
You're fighting an enemy now. He also has the grav link,
yes.
So he's able to wreak havoc on you as well.
Correct. There are enemies that have the grav link, and some of them actually have more powerful grav links than you. So you have to be very careful when you're taking cover in a certain area. There's no longer the area where you want to hide out for a while and just shoot from, because nothing is ever safe. If your cover's not getting destroyed, you can actually get pulled out of cover the same way you do that to the enemy.
All right, thank you very much for coming by and showing us Inversion. Now, you guys at home can play the game on February 7th on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. And of course, details for the PC are coming very soon, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We will send it over to Blair.
Thank you, Morgan. After the break, we're going to continue our look at 20 years of epic games, find out the true origins of the Gears of War series. Plus, we've got an exclusive trailer for the free-to-play shooter Firefall, which reveals a new component to the game. But first, here's this month's release radar, brought to you by Gamefly.
Welcome back. Earlier in the show, we took a look back at the beginning of Epic Games, which has led to 20 years of hits, jibs, and F-bombs. It started with shareware and the Unreal series, which then paved the way for one of this generation's most influential pieces of code.
In less than a decade, Epic Games exploded from creating small shareware games to conquering giants. But it was the licensing of their 3D tech, the Unreal Engine, that cemented their future.
It was always our plan to invest a lot of money in the tools to make them easy for people to use, to have great technology. Seeing the quality of the tools and all the work and time and effort that we had put into them, other companies approached us about actually using the engine.
A game engine is the building blocks of any game. It's a system designed for the creation and development of video games. The Unreal Engine is the system behind many of the biggest franchises in gaming, like Batman, BioShock, Borderlands, and Mass Effect.
We have this stream of hundreds of customers who license the Unreal Engine. It's the independence that comes from the engine business that keeps Epic alive and well in the long run.
Today, we're the leading AAA engine.
Epic's next AAA title launched one of the most successful series in gaming. But the game they almost made was a far different beast than the Gears of War that eventually invaded the Xbox.
The game was Unreal Warfare, and it was much more of a Battlefield competitor. It was really large environments with vehicles and that kind of stuff.
Ultimately, Battlefield 1942 came out, and so we kind of re-scoped the project. When people were seeing us like slapping the cover and shooting these guys, the reaction was overwhelming.
Who loves you, baby?
Now the Gears had cover, they needed an enemy to shoot. And Epic's first choice wasn't the Locust.
When I first came here, the Locusts were called the Geist because they were the ghosts from the underground. They were really pale and white. Of course, then Nintendo did the Geist game, and we couldn't use that term anymore. And actually, what it was is there was a unit called the Geist Locust. And we're like, this Locust word kind of works.
But Gears of War wasn't always a surefire hit.
Gears 1 was really a miracle project. It was filled with risk. It had a new team who hadn't done story in a long time. It had a new platform. We hadn't finished the engine yet.
And in a move that seems almost unthinkable now, Epic thought about cutting out Gears multiplayer from E3 2006, or it stole the show.
Multiplayer was very close to the axe for Gears. It was really hard to get that done. I mean, Gears 1 was a miracle tight schedule.
On paper, Gears of War should have been a failure, but we put our hearts into it, we polished it up, and we made a great game.
When Gears of War finally emerged on November 7th, 2006, it was an immediate blockbuster. The popularity of Gears coupled with the power of the Unreal Engine made Epic a gaming behemoth with the financial muscle to expand and acquire new talent. With the purchase of People Can Fly and Chair Entertainment, Epic is ready for the next 20 years.
From the very beginning, Epic has been focused on building just great, really fun games, the kind of games that we really enjoy playing ourselves.
I think the secret to success for any of these games, and certainly with Epic, is just hiring people who are endlessly enthusiastic about the projects.
We hire people who love making games, and we let them make games, and we try to make this a great place to work.
We want everybody to be uber fans of the games and Epic as a studio.
And after 20 years, we can't help but be Epic mega fans.
Nice work, Delta.
All right, so I'm just spitballing here, but here's what I think they're going to do next.
Okay, what's that?
I've given this a lot of thought.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
Cliff is going to build a rocket ship made out of money, and he's going to fly to Mars and throw himself a 30th birthday party.
Okay, there's so many technical problems with that. I mean, it would take years to get to Mars. By the time he gets to Mars, he's not actually, going to be that age anymore because you don't care.
There's a hole in your plan. There's no way that Epic can't afford to actually buy the laws of gravity and light and space and travel and all that. They could do that. They could literally change science books.
Your grasp of astrophysics leaves something to be desired.
I also don't have money, so I don't know what it can actually buy. Firefall may be a free-to-play online shooter, but it really doesn't look like one.
The game is set to release this December. So far, we've gotten a look at 4 of the battle frames, or classes, that you can choose from.
Yeah, and by gotten a look, we mean we've seen it at every convention for 10 years, and finally the game is coming out. And in this exclusive trailer, you're actually going to get your first look at a 5th battle class thing, whatever they're calling it, the dreadnought.
Please stay connected for information on our newest battleframe system. Greetings from Omnidyne Industries. Designed as an evolution of the popular assault battleframe, the Dreadnought is a top-of-the-line battleframe for use by your heavy weapons specialist. Outfitted with all standard components common to base model battleframes, the Dreadnought boasts an Accord Heavy MG Mark I with alt-fire activated energy shield. In addition to an extreme damage-absorbing thermoplastic composite shell, ability modules allow the Dreadnought to expand its battleground functionality. Equipping and activating the heavy armor module hardens the Dreadnought armor, reducing damage from incoming fire. Dreadfield creates an energy field in a 6-meter radius around the unit. Dreadfield saps all energy sources within the field and channels energy back into the Dreadnought's reaction core, causing enhanced damage output. Using our patented particle bonding stabilizers to lock onto any bondable surface, turret mode provides the Dreadnought a large boost in offensive damage capability. Turret mode can turn the tide against overwhelming odds, providing increased accuracy and rate of fire. However, it has been noted there are some limitations to the stationary field of view, as well as vulnerability while entering and exiting lockdown mode. To compensate for this, Omnidyne has developed 2 additional modules that can provide momentary support. The first module is an overload feature for the Crystite reaction unit. Repulsor Blast discharges energy in all directions, repulsing hostile threats as well as causing plasma burn damage to all within its blast radius. Thunderdome creates a force field bubble engulfing the area around the battle frame, preventing all incoming damage for a few seconds. This is very useful for attending to a downed ally or in certain cases preventing enemy escape. For information on how to secure a dreadnought battle frame for your extraction squad, please contact an Omnidyne sales droid via your local SIN terminal. Thank you for your attention to this announcement from Omnidyne Industries. Omnidyne, your future depends on us.
Tomorrow on X-Play, Epictober continues with a brutally honest review of one of the year's most wanted games, Batman Arkham City. Plus our 2 favorite things about fall, snowboarding and stabbings. We've got an exclusive preview of EA's SSX reboot and the latest on Assassin's Creed Revelations multiplayer. All that and more, don't miss it.
All right, remember guys, if you want to enter our epic giveaways, all you gotta do is go to our website.
Just point your browser to g4tv.com/epictober.
Yeah, and then you have to type your stuff and your name.
So tomorrow, Batman, big game.
I
Like really
know.
big game.
All you nerds are excited for Batman.
It's not just a nerd thing. It's like,
I
hey,
know.
I want to just swoop down and kick someone in the butt and then run away into the darkness.
Yeah, I
And they're
know.
like, who kicked me in the butt?
People are very excited for this.
Batman kicked me in the butt.
Thanks for watching X-Play.